It's been a month now entering TAFE, or perhaps you call it trade school. And I could see a huge contrast. Now, today, my friend just texted me a message saying that he needs to do a survey, the white privilege survey. And one of my roommates, who goes to La Trobe University, Melbourne, Australia, it's compulsory to do sexual harassment or sexual consent survey. But when I went to trade school or TAFE right now, I don't see a sign or hear a word of any of those. And I find it fascinating because why would the highly intellectual people will be bombarded with privilege, white privilege, or as well talk about sexual harassment? It doesn't quite make sense, because wouldn't be the lower IQ, the unintellectual, the trade school, the TAFE, will cop it really, really hard, who are most likely to engage that sort of behavior, or catcalling, manspreading, or whatever you call it, in comparison to highly intellectual courses? Or is it because it's aligned with Marxism or whatever groups you guys call it, socialist, Antifa, or whatever? Like, I don't see the line connection, dots connecting. But maybe, if we do it on the highly intellectuals, maybe they'll listen and most likely will march, raise their hand, most likely protest, unlike the unintellectual people, where it's compulsory to learn gender studies, one or two, in whatever the courses they learn in highly intellectual courses, in comparison to trades. It's funny how things goes. And what I really wished teachers, lectures, tutorials mention about gender studies, PC cultures, and things like that is, I wish they told, like, they're preparing us. But I wish they prepared us in saying, in the sense of the work, this is what the work culture is at the moment, and we do not tolerate with this sort of behavior, instead of blaming men all the time. I wish they could tell us that straight away, instead of all of us being victim blaming because I'm a male. Well, when I go to TAFE, I don't see or hear a poster or from the teachers. Yet, when I'm in university, obviously in my course, it is what it is. But I'm just saying a lot of units and courses do talk about that. But it just doesn't make a comparison with them two. And a lot of videos on YouTube mention about, what's the point going to university? All you have is sociology, happy gender studies, dancing. In some sense, I do agree with what a lot of people says on YouTube when they mention about it. But I truly wanted to point it out, saying that I do not 100% agreeing on what they're saying. I just wish they could inform us, telling us, look, this is what the work culture in today's modern society expect from any emerging profession worker. So that's what I just want to, sometimes I don't quite draw the line. Like, highly intellectual cops really, really hard, where unintellectual people does not cop it really hard. It just doesn't draw the dots at all. And I just hope all of them who soak all of this talk, because it's very, very important to understand PC. It's very, very important to understand sexual harassment. It is very important to understand white privilege, even if I agree or disagree, because it's a potential I can lose my job. And I wish they could taught us in a way saying that, look, this is the stuff that you need to learn. The reason behind, because this is the society we're moving to, and with the human rights value, and therefore we do not marginalize certain groups of people, or else we'll lose your job. If they taught us that way, I think all of us would kind of get the message instead of being victimhood all the time. And I truly admire some of the blokes in my class in university who hang in tight. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not complaining anything. All I'm saying that I wish it was over all the scope who understand this, because you could potentially lose your job. Next couple of years, we have a new law saying that, if we don't pronounce the pronouns, we will lose our job. I'm not saying I'm complaining. All I'm saying is that I think these sort of stuff should be addressed in a way, which I know Canada, UK, and other countries, which if you pronounce the wrong pronoun, you go to jail or lose your license or your job. That's what I'm saying. I'm not complaining. I just wish that they could taught us that way.